Hello, my dear students. I once again welcome you all to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we studied one important point, that is the introduction regarding the interionic attraction theory, that is called as the Debye-Hackl-Onsager interionic attraction theory. So, in the first part of that lecture, we study the different drawbacks of the Arrhenius theory, and after that, we studied the introduction regarding the Debye-Hackl interionic attraction theory. Now in the current lecture we are going to study the two different type of the effects shown by the particular ions in the aqueous solution of a strong electrolyte. So the first important effect in order to study this Debye-Hackl-Onsager interionic attraction theory is called as asymmetry or relaxation effect. So this first effect we are going to study now. Now what happens as far as the aqueous solution of the strong electrolyte is considered, we know that in the case of aqueous solution of a strong electrolyte, or it may be the weak electrolyte, the ions are present. Suppose if I consider the aqueous solution of a strong electrolyte as NaCl, so it gives the cations and anions, that is a positive ion and a negative ion. As far as this ion formation is considered, it shows along with this ion formation, so one type of the attractive forces are operative in this type of the ions. So the two type of the forces are there between these ions, that is called as the attractive forces and repulsive forces. These attractive forces are operative between the oppositely charged ions in a particular solution, while the repulsive forces are operative between the similarly charged ions. So these two type of the forces are operative in a particular electrolytic solution. Now, what happens due to the presence of such a type of the attractive as well as the repulsive forces? Suppose we consider a Na plus ion in a particular aqueous solution of an strong electrolyte. This Na plus ion has the force of attraction towards the oppositely charged Cl minus ions. So they form such a type of the atmosphere. This Na plus gets surrounded by the oppositely charged ion Cl minus. So it form one type of the atmosphere. This atmosphere is called as the ionic atmosphere, and this ionic atmosphere is of two types. One ionic atmosphere is a symmetric type, and the second type of atmosphere is called as the asymmetric type. Now what happens due to the symmetric ionic atmosphere and due to asymmetric ionic atmosphere, so that we have to study how this atmosphere affects the ionic velocity, how this atmosphere affects the ionic velocity of the ions, so that we have to study now. So in order to study this type of ionic atmosphere, consider these figures, two figures. So first of all we have to study the first figure. In this figure we have to consider the given ionic atmosphere in the absence of EMF. In the absence of EMF, if we consider the given ionic atmosphere, then what happens? The ion is there, one centrally situated positive ion is there. This positively charged ion gets surrounded by, this positively charged ion gets surrounded by the oppositely charged ion, that is called as the negative ion. So what happens in this case? We have to take a centrally situated ion. This is a central ion, it is a positively charged, it is a positively charged central ion is there. What happens surrounding to this positive ion, one atmosphere is there, that is called as ionic atmosphere, and this ionic atmosphere is of negative ion. This ionic atmosphere is formed due to the negative ions. Now what happens, this positive ion get symmetrically surrounded, it gets symmetrically surrounded by the number of negative ions, and that's how we can say that this type of the ionic atmosphere is called as the symmetric. It is called as the symmetric ionic atmosphere. Why this is so? Because this positive ion is present exactly at the center, and in a every direction of this ion the similar number of negative ions are present at the each and every direction. So it form one sphere, one spherical structure is there, a spherical atmosphere is there. So this is called as the symmetric ionic atmosphere. So we can say that whenever ion is present in the absence of EMF, it forms the symmetric ionic atmosphere. Now what happens due to the formation of such a type of the symmetric ionic atmosphere, this positively charged ion has the equal force of attraction. It has the equal force of attraction from all the possible directions. It has the equal force of attractions from all the possible directions, due to which what happens, it remain exactly at the center of this particular ionic atmosphere. So we can say that this is the situation when we consider the absence of EMF. But now suppose if we consider the second figure, that is, we have to consider this behavior of the ion in the presence of EMF. If we consider the behavior of this ion in the presence of EMF, then what happens? Now this is a ion, this is a positive ion, it is a centrally ion, is a positively charged. Again, the oppositely charged ions are present surrounding to this positive charge. So there is a formation of one atmosphere. So this atmosphere, now what happens, this positive ion cannot be present exactly at the center of this atmosphere, but this atmosphere get disturbed. It is not a symmetric now, this is not the symmetric now, but it is a asymmetric ionic atmosphere. So we write here asymmetric, it is a asymmetric ionic atmosphere. As well as we have to put now EMF. So we take here two type of the electrodes. One is a negatively charged electrode, second is a positively charged electrodes. Means we have to apply the EMF. Now what happens whenever the such a type of the EMF is introduced? What happens? Naturally, this positive ion has the force of attraction towards this negative electrode. At the same time, the negative ions which are present in this atmosphere has a force of attraction towards these positive electrodes. So these two type of the force of attractions are present between this positive ion and this type of the negative ions. So due to which what happens, now this positively ion has the force of attraction towards this negative electrode. At the same time, it has the more number of oppositely charged negative ions at the backward side. So these positive ions also shows force of attraction toward these negative ions present in the ionic atmosphere, due to which two type of the force of attractions are present toward these positive ions. This positive ion has a two type of the force of attractions. What are that attractions? One towards negative electrode, one towards the negatively charged electrode, and second force of attraction, towards negative ions in atmosphere, due to which what happens, its natural tendency is to get deposited on the surface of this particular negative electrode. But at the same time, what happens, this is a force of attraction between this positive electrode towards this negative electrode. At the same time, it get pulled by the negative ions present in a ionic atmosphere, and due to which what happens, the velocity of this positive ion get decrease, due to which what happens, velocity ionic velocity ionic velocity of positive ion decreases. Ionic velocity of positive ion decreases due to what happens, due to pull of negative ions, from backward direction, from backward direction. So we can say that whenever we consider the asymmetric atmosphere, this positive ion has the two type of the force of attraction, one towards this negative electrode, at the same time one towards the negative ions present in this asymmetric ionic atmosphere, due to which this positive ion has some pull, it negative ions pull toward itself, and that's why it affects the ionic velocity of these particular positive ions, it get decrease, and due to such a type of the decrease in a particular ionic velocity of positive ion, you can say that as we increase the concentration of the aqueous solution of strong electrolyte, it affects such a type of the ionic velocity due to the formation of asymmetric environment or asymmetric ionic atmosphere in the presence of electromotive force. So this is the main reason for the decrease in ionic velocity of the particular ions in the presence of EMF. So this is due to such a type of the asymmetric nature or asymmetric atmosphere of these ions. This effect is called as the asymmetric effect. This is called as the asymmetric effect. This is called as asymmetric effect. This is called as asymmetric effect. Why this is asymmetric? Because these positive ions, the velocity of these positive ions get decreased due to the unsymmetric ionic atmosphere. From the backward side, more number of negative ions are present, while from this front side, very less number of the negative ions are there, due to which this is a asymmetric ionic atmosphere, and due to such a type of the unsymmetric ionic atmosphere, this is called as the asymmetric effect, and this asymmetric effect is responsible for slow down the ionic velocity of the positive ions. Now what happens once this ionic atmosphere, asymmetric ionic atmosphere get formed? Now if we want to reconvert this asymmetric ionic atmosphere into the symmetric ionic atmosphere, now what happens, this process cannot be obtained in a very short time span, but it requires the more time in order to convert this asymmetric ionic atmosphere into the symmetric ionic atmosphere, due to which we can say that this effect is again called as the relaxation effect. This effect is again called as the relaxation effect. This effect is again called as the relaxation effect. Means this effect cannot revert back within a short time span, but it requires the more time in order to convert into the symmetric ionic atmosphere, due to which it is called as the relaxation effect. So the first effect, that's the asymmetry or relaxation effect, is studied under the two different heads. One is called as the symmetric ionic atmosphere formation, and second is called as the unsymmetric ionic atmosphere formation. This asymmetric ionic atmosphere is responsible for the decrease in ionic velocity is considered in aqueous solution of strong electrolyte, and due to which we can say that if we consider the variation of equivalent conductance of the aqueous solution of strong electrolyte with respect to concentration, this asymmetric ionic atmosphere formation is very much important for the given variation. So the first effect we completed here, that is called as the asymmetry or relaxation effect. Now after studying this first effect, we have to look towards the second effect shown by the ions, and that second effect is called as the electrophoretic effect. Now what is meant by this electrophoretic effect? So for this purpose, again we have to consider here the study of the particular ions in a given aqueous phase. So what happens again? Whenever we consider the aqueous solution of a particular ions of a strong electrolyte, for this purpose I consider here a positive ion and negative ion. So whenever we consider the aqueous solution of this particular strong electrolytes, the two type of the phenomena can be takes place. These ions in a solution, it may get hydrated, it may get, or it may show hydration phenomena, it may show the hydration phenomena, or it may show solvation, it may show the solvation phenomena. Now what do you mean by hydration? Whenever we consider water as a solvent, whenever we consider water as solvent, then it is a hydration of the ions, while if we consider solvent other than water, if we consider solvent other than water, then it is called as the solvation phenomena. So whenever these ions are considered in either this hydration or solvation state. Suppose here we consider the hydration. So what happens whenever we consider the hydration of ions in aqueous solution? So for this purpose I take here two ions, positive ion and negative ion. So this positive ion, as we know, that has a force of attraction towards the oppositely charged ion present from the solution state, and that is called as this water molecule. So this water molecule is present from this solvent. So this positive ion has a force of attraction toward this oxygen atom from this solvent molecule, that is water molecule. So this positive ion gets surrounded by the all possible number of oxygens from all possible sides, due to which what happens, again it forms one type of the atmosphere. So this type of the atmosphere formation is called as the hydration. This is called as the hydration. So these positive ions undergo hydration phenomena. At the same time, this negative ions also shows the hydration by forming a partial bonds between this negative charge to that of the protons of the water molecule. So due to which we can say that such a type of the hydration can be takes place whenever we put this type of the hydrated ions in the presence of the electric field. Whenever we study these ions in the presence of the electric field, then what happens, again these positive ions show the two type of the force of attraction. One towards its natural tendency, it get attracted towards this negative electrode. It is a natural tendency of these positive ions. At the same time, it again get attracted toward the oxygen atoms present in a particular solution, a particular solvent molecule. At the same time, this negative ion also has two type of the force of attraction. First, its natural tendency to go towards the positive electrode. At the same time, it show a force of attraction towards the protons present from this solvent molecule. So we can say that due to such a type of the solvation or due to such a type of the hydration phenomena, what happens, the velocity, the ionic velocity of these cations and these anions get decrease. Due to this phenomena, what happens, decrease in decrease in ionic velocity, decrease in ionic velocity of ions takes place, of ions takes place. So due to such a type of the decrease in ionic velocity or ionic movement of the ions takes place, so we can say that due to this type of the tendency of this particular hydration or solvation, this is called as the electrophoretic effect. It is called as the electrophoretic effect. Is called as the electrophoretic effect. So what is by electrophoretic effect? The effect due to which the movement of the ions get slow down, the movements of the ions get slowed down in the aqueous solution, then that effect is called as the electrophoretic effect. And this effect is very important as far as the dependence or the variation of equivalent conductance with respect to the concentration is considered. Why that equivalent conductance get decrease with increase in a concentration for aqueous solution of strong electrolyte, and this is one of the probable or the most dominant reason that in that case electrophoretic effect can be takes place. And what is my this electrophoretic effect? Whenever we consider the ions in the aqueous state, these ions get surrounded by the solvent molecules. So it shows the hydration phenomena when water is a solvent, as a solvent is considered, or it shows solution phenomena when the solvent other than water is considered. So due to such a type of the hydration or solvation, there is a decrease in ionic velocity or movement of the ions can be takes place, and so this effect is called as the electrophoretic effect, which is the second important reason for the decrease in equivalent conductance with respect to the concentration. So in the current lecture we completed the two different effects. First effect is called as asymmetry or relaxation effect, how it get decrease the ionic movement. So that is can be studied with the help of these two figures, the formation of symmetric ionic atmosphere and the formation of unsymmetric asymmetric ionic atmosphere, how this ionic atmosphere is responsible for slow down the nature of the particular ions we already discussed here. So this effect is again called as the relaxation effect due to due to the more time it requires to again get reconverted into the symmetric ionic atmosphere. And at the last part of this lecture, we studied the electrophoretic effect. So these are the two important effects in order to consider the interionic attraction theory called as the Debye-Hückel interionic attraction theory. So this is the end of the important theory, that is the interionic attraction theory, and the reason why equivalent conductance of the aqueous solution of strong electrolyte decrease with respect to the concentration. So with this we completed the important portion from this chapter. So the remaining portion from this chapter we will take in the next lecture. So with this I stop here. Thank you so much.